Wait, hold on, guys. If Goofy is a dog and so is Pluto, but Goofy is a human dog, why is Pluto just a dog?
Because one has to be on top of the other.
Oh, I thought it was because Goofy's dad was a dog and Goofy's mom was a human.
They never say.
It was like little alchemist alchemy shit.
Oh,
that is
no, wait, what's Pete?
He's a chimera. He's a chimera.
Oh my god.
He's part dog, part human.
Pete's dad likes the cows way too much.
Not a cow though. Pete's like a.
He has horns in some episodes. Yeah.
He has horns.
Ain't nobody used to give a damn. Yeah, I had to go and make a different plan. Yeah, guess who didn't get included? Even though you made me better, yo, I strictly do it for the fam.
Yeah.
Anyway, people, welcome back to What Grinds Our Gears, the podcast, where many weird things can happen, but only the magical things happen with family.
Magics.
Joining me today, of course, is my brother of Hubs, and of course the espers of Shweebes and Phoenix! We have to do it like that because Shweebes is a very, very, very energetic personality. You have to understand this.
Very vocal. Oh yes.
And today's topic is a return to Hubs' favorite topic besides, well, Wolverine and Batman and the Punisher and Metallica and fire and killing Nazis.
We were talking about Punisher today, down in the kitchen.
We were.
I was telling her mom about the not so old episode of Punisher, where the Punisher was going to torture some information out of his victim using a butane torch. Picking the stake behind him and rubbing the icy pot along the guy's back, making him think that he's burning him with the torch.
Oh, I now remember. It was at the very, very bottom underneath the sandwiches. It's a Dragon Ball Super! It's like a very long list with Aaron. Like at the very, very top is, of course, Jenny, but at the very bottom it's like Dragon Ball Super of like...
Sandwiches is not, sandwiches is somewhere in the middle.
It's sandwiched in the middle. Haha.
But yes, we are going back into Super, where unfortunately, like always, I have not watched a single thing of Super since its inception, because I'm still on the Akira Toriyama hatred train. That is never gonna end.
It's okay, V. It'd be best for you to wait till the dubbed version comes out anyways, because it's just better dubbed.
True. Anywho, the thing I wanted to talk about Super personally was just a few little theory things I've been kind of concocting since I've heard a lot of stuff while watching Masako X from Team 4-Star. First thing I wanted to touch on was just the whole prospect of why couldn't they, after the end of the Boo fight from Z, since it's trying to retcon Z's ending basically, why didn't they kind of focus a little bit more on making Gohan less nerdish in a more organic pace rather than just, I forgot my son.
Because Piccolo raised him, it's not really his son anymore.
Well, he was never his son, but let's be real here.
You even see it in Super. Gohan doesn't fight with his dad.
Doesn't train with his dad.
Doesn't train with his dad. He's with Piccolo like almost the entire time, up until the most recent episodes. Gohan has just now rejoined with Goku. And he's like very proud and he looks up to his father, but it's almost like he thinks more of Piccolo than he does of his father.
Well, he should.
Why wouldn't he?
This is why I love the abridged from Team 4-Star, because they like blatantly point that out. Piccolo's got Dad of the Year award, while Goku has Dad Escaping Year award.
Okay, here's what it seems like to me. Before I get into this, I had a prediction to make. And I read something months and months ago, before the survival arc even started, which is what they call the current arc in the series, in the anime series. There was a prediction made after Jiren appeared for the first time and fought Goku for the first time, and it was supposedly leaked from the manga, but we don't know that. They're very quiet and very reclusive when it comes to giving out information about DB Super. However, this one actually sounded really good, and it sounds like the series is actually taking this turn. So, the original thing was that Jiren appears, Goku tries to fight him, but he's no match, right? Like, just no match. Gets his ass handed to him, which happened in the show. And then, as soon as Goku gets his ass whooped, the prediction stated that Goku could reach a level beyond Super Saiyan Blue. And that's all it said at the time, was a level beyond Super Saiyan Blue. And then from there on, there was a series of predictions made that first, Goku would fight Jiren and be defeated. It didn't say he was knocked out or killed or whatever, it just said defeated. That happened. Second, Vegeta would fight Jiren and then be defeated after Goku found this level beyond Super Saiyan Blue. That has happened now. Now, I haven't watched the most current episode, so don't spoil it for me, but...
I mean, it's not really a spoiler. The only thing is, it's just Vegeta got even bluer. That's it.
So Vegeta got even bluer. Well, in the prediction, it said that Vegeta would find this level as well, this level beyond Super Saiyan Blue, but he would also be defeated. And then the last prediction was Gohan would find his true ultimate form and go beyond and defeat Jiren. So that was the final prediction in that it was longer than that. It was more words than what I just gave it. But so far, the predictions have come true. When I read this, Goku hadn't even fought Jiren yet.
Right.
I'm watching the show, and all of a sudden, Goku fights Jiren, gets his ass handed to him. Like, okay, so that happens, right? Almost always happens the first time. Then Goku goes beyond Super Saiyan Blue, gets his ass handed to him again. Okay, so that's a little closer. Now Vegeta is fighting Jiren, and it's almost more like Vegeta is learning from watching Goku and Jiren's fights how to defeat Jiren. But he still gets beat. And now it's all about Gohan's shoulders.
Vegeta has always been in a state of constantly trying to catch up to Goku. Goku made SS first. Vegeta had to find a way to get there. Goku made SS2 first. Vegeta technically made the false SS2 first, but that's not really a prize because he didn't.
No, it was Super Vegeta.
Yeah, it was a fake 1.5.
He didn't go full-blown Super Saiyan 2 until Majin Vegeta, and that was gained through magic or whatever.
But that was already by the time that Goku already made Super Saiyan 3, so it's just like...
I don't believe he was Super Saiyan 3 at that point.
No. See, that was during the time he was training in Otherworld. He already made Super Saiyan 3 by the time he came back for the tournament.
No. This is when Majin Vegeta and Goku fought.
Yes,
Goku
but he never used Super Saiyan 3 in that fight.
When Goku shows up, Goku could have gone SS3 and completely destroyed Boo, which means he already had achieved that form.
But he didn't know how to sustain it.
He still does it.
He didn't want to do it on Earth because it's not a form for the living realm. It's a form for the dead realm. That's where it was. So...
Is that why we don't see them go Super Saiyan 3 very often?
Yeah.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I don't remember seeing Vegeta go Super Saiyan 3.
He never does.
They want him to in fan games, but it's never going to happen.
So he never has in canon.
No.
Because I don't ever remember seeing him do it.
No, it's because the only way to go Super Saiyan 3 and maintain it is from the other world where you have no real body, and it's just constant flow of energy.
Well, the form itself was achieved when Goku was training with, who was the old guy?
Yeah, that old man.
Yeah,
that's the guy, but
that's how Goku actually achieved the concept of SS3. But because it's one that requires a long time of training, and since SS3 literally drains your life force away, it cannot be used by somebody who is alive.
Ah.
Which is why it's done in the realm of the dead.
Going back to Super, though, if they do the Gohan route, I will watch that.
Well,
I haven't watched a single bit of Super because I'm waiting for it to end. So then I'll just go on like a huge binge fest. So I know a very small amount of what's going on.
So this up till this far, the article that I read before any of it started has been pretty spot on, right? So, and I've been excited too because I want to see Gohan just kind of whoop some ass. I've been waiting for it for years.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for it since he defeated Cell. Damn it.
We all want Gohan to
he has
finally
to go
shine
Mystic
for once.
Saiyan style.
But they also kind of hinted at it in an earlier episode when Goku goes to recruit Gohan and Gohan wants to fight him before the tournament.
Yeah, after he's just like, Goten? No, stupid, your other son.
Yeah. And Gohan says, I'm going to achieve a higher form. He's telling Goku this. He wants to achieve a higher form, even greater than that of Ultimate Gohan, or than his ultimate form. And it seems like that's kind of where this is leading. So I'm hoping it does. I hope they bring Gohan back into the forefront. It said something like that Gohan would not refined. That's not the right word, but that's basically was refined his inner rage from when he was a child, from when he saved Goku against Raditz and numerous other storylines and plots where Gohan would lose his mind and just like fly at the enemy and knock him out, you know? His true rage or whatever it was. And that would be what it was that defeated Jiren, ultimately.
Well, of all the Saiyans, Gohan had the largest potential of getting that Ultra Instinct out of all of them, because his true power is actually tied to his instincts. In order for him to achieve that final state, he would require that he does go into an instinctive mode. Which is
not only that, like, I know I've been talking quite a bit, but as they explained it, Ultra Instinct and Super is, I think Whis has explained it to Goku and Vegeta that you stop thinking about what your body's doing, and you just instinctively react. You're not thinking anymore, you're just doing it.
Right.
And, which is perfect for Gohan, as smart as he is. You know, Goku is, you'd think, of course Goku would reach it first, he's a freaking fighting savant. That's his thing. He's not smart in any form or fashion. Not that he's dumb, he's just uneducated. His thing is fighting, and it always has been. That's why he's always been the first to get there. But Gohan would be the first one to understand how to use it correctly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because he's not a walking moron.
It's kind of like when Gohan got SS2 first and achieved a form that was the closest to Ultra Instinct, which is his mystic form. He doesn't go Super Saiyan, he doesn't go anything close, he just, that is his power on a more unlocked level. So Gohan was already, I think, one step away from Ultra Instinct. He just stepped back in order to have a family, and in my personal opinion, be the father Goku wasn't.
And still be a nerd.
Hey.
Well, that's the mom coming out. I'm sorry, Chi-Chi.
But, you know, I love Vegeta even more, too, than I did back during Dragon Ball Z. He's less... I mean, they kind of played him off as a sidekick, but he's closer to Goku than he ever has been before. I remember watching Dragon Ball Z and how many episodes it took him to get just to go to Super Saiyan. And he's
so long,
screaming at the universe, you know, "Ah, why can't I
want
do
to be a Super Saiyan. I wanna.
I love that.
I can only change my tampon when I go SS. It's bullshit.
And now Vegeta is he's on the cusp. And technically, Vegeta has never lost to Goku.
Technically, no. He's only lost to Krillin, lost to himself, trying to kill Boo. Technically lost to Beerus because Akira Toriyama hates him.
To be fair, though, that fight with Beerus was the most badass fight I've ever seen. And they point out that his SS2 form at that point overpowered Goku's SS3 form. That's a big point. Vegeta
wasn't able to kill Frieza because Akira Toriyama still hates him.
Fucking time loopy bullshit.
Can I just say, though, that when Beerus barely slapped Bulma and she went flying, that fucking rage from Vegeta's like, yes, this is what I want. Now go kick that cat's ass.
Yeah.
Yes. I fell in love with Vegeta all over again. I was like, yes.
Couldn't kill his fake self because Akira Toriyama still hates him.
But so back since we started it this way, I'm gonna go back to it right now with the Goku being bad father. I think it's more of Goku knew he was a terrible father, so he left him with the best man for the job.
Yeah, his arch rival, who he's killed multiple times, including putting a hole in his chest.
Yeah, because that made perfect
And,
sense.
But has become his best friend in the entire world.
True.
But not only that,
No, dad replacer.
he's trained Gohan beyond what Goku could, because Goku's not a very good teacher.
Or a good
First of all.
father.
True. He just likes to spar with people who are already really good.
The problem with
This is the
Goku
way I
being-
feel.
Wait.
Gohan looks up to Goku for his fighting prowess and his unending moral, compass. Goku knows what's right, and he will always fight for what's right, even if what he does leads him down the wrong path sometimes. Like the whole survival arc, he put up how many universes for destruction?
I think
But
12 or
as-
13.
As Zena-sama already pointed out, he was already going to erase Universe 6 and Universe 7 and Universe 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. All of the other universes that are in the tournament, he was just going to erase to begin with. So ultimately, Gohan is giving them a chance to survive. Or Goku? Sorry.
well, however,
However you want to look at that.
Getting back to it. So Gohan looks up to Goku. He looks up to Goku like the father, but he also looks up to Piccolo like the father and is able to take care of Piccolo, which is something he cannot do for Goku because Goku's just always been so many levels above him when it came to protection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Piccolo is the father figure that Gohan can protect, and Goku is the father figure that Gohan can look up to. This is what I want to be. This is what I want to achieve someday.
it wasn't just, I think, a father figure, because Goku has always been Gohan's father figure, always. Piccolo is not only father, he's also older brother, rival,
Mentor.
friend, mentor. Mentor, I think, would be a better than, father. Mentor would be a good one, because in the Japanese culture, mentors are part father, part teacher, part older brother.
Yeah.
So Piccolo has always been more than a friend, but less than a lover for Gohan.
Not according to
Obviously.
some website.
There's a lot of love between those two, and none of it is physical, except for when Gohan doesn't learn how to dodge.
Dodge!
Dodge! Damn you,
There's a
Batman!
lot of physical love in that moment.
Then Piccolo pulls an Naruto and sticks his finger right up his butt.
Ah,
Yeah.
I think he missed the button and just went straight for the taint. Just,
Is that where he was aiming in Naruto? Is that where he was aiming? Because it always showed it going in the
No,
butt.
it was going into the
No, I
butthole.
just assumed
It was a
it.
fingering technique. His
was
butthole
that?
and his taint. Kakashi.
What's Kakashi? That's
I
it.
can remember that because I hate Naruto to this day, and that's a video coming out later.
Yay!
Anyway.
I want to be a part of that one.
Way too drug out.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, Shweebes, we got this.
Bleach is another one that was way too dragged out. They needed to end that and just put that dog
Phoenix, you
down.
can make a video about that on your own time.
No.
Hey,
Me and Ginny and the kids sat through and watched all 260 some episodes of Bleach.
Jeez.
All right,
poor soul.
and we did this over the course of a couple of weeks, and we actually enjoyed it. We didn't get tired of it. We actually watched them all. Naruto just kept going and going and going and going, and they're still going with Boruto or
Burrito.
Burrito.
Yeah, that needs.
Yeah, I'm not watching Burrito. They can go
That-
suck
that
a fat.
needs-
Burrito, son of Nacho.
And I love the lore, I love the stories, but my God, how long do you need to be?
And as long as they're trying to compete with One Piece in originality.
Hey, as
They
long as
never-
it makes
hold on
money.
a second.
So getting back to Super, I would just
Yes.
like to point out right now, and I know everybody out there knows this already, and I'm sure all of you know this already. This is pretty blatantly obvious. Everybody in Dragon Ball is named after a vegetable
Yep.
Yes.
or a
All the
food.
Saiyans are. Food, yes. Vegetable is the Saiyan action.
And then, so the Namekians, like Piccolo, is named after obviously an instrument.
Or a household object like nail.
Nail. What is Goku?
Goku actually is not the original name. Kakarot was his original name, which
Carrot.
means carrot.
Carrot. Okay. So what? But what does Goku mean?
Goku
And then what is
was not
Gohan?
rice, isn't it?
Goku was a rice dish, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
I thought it was like, I don't know. Yeah, it is a rice dish of some kind.
Because it's kind of like a running joke in our household with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Vegeta is vegetable, right? So what is Goten? What is Trunks? What is Gohan? These are the ones I'm trying to figure out.
Trunks is related to how the Briefs family are, like Bra,
Bra.
Bulla.
Bola actually means bloomers.
Yeah.
Bulma actually means bloomers.
Yes.
They're
The
named
entire
after
family
clothes.
is named after underpants.
Like Akira Toriyama's name selection process is kind of like.
It's like he's a 5-year-old. He's like, I'm gonna pick this one theme, and everybody's gonna be named after this.
Bulma's older sister's name is Tights.
Tights.
That's true. That's right.
We
So
have
it's bloomers.
Who is Tights?
Tights is Bulma's older sister who ended up becoming a journalist. You don't see her in the main series very often, but she is in the Purple Alien Police Officer series.
Yes, she's
Really?
with the Galactic Police series.
Yeah, him dude. That
So
guy.
we know that Broly is broccoli.
Yep. Kale is just kale. Khalifa is cauliflower. Kaba is
Cauliflower.
cabbage.
Mixed names do not have anything to do with the naming sense. It's literally just them trying to fuse two names together. So I don't think you can mix two vegetables and get another vegetable.
I mean,
But
unless
what
they
about,
all of a sudden have a very sexy night together.
What about Turles?
Turles,
Um,
Canon.
Turles is still based on a vegetable. It's a turnip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bardock is based off of a root vegetable called a bardock.
Raditz is a radish.
Correct.
Right.
She looks like one.
Nappa.
I remember this. Hold on. It's natto. It's beans. He's named after lagoons.
Oh,
That's why he's bald. I get it.
that's funny.
He has a sense of humor.
And now
What's
he's
going
come
on?
back to try and make Hercule Satan a media gold
Yeah,
mine.
there's one. Hercule. Like Videl. Videl is an onion.
Technically, Hercule's real name
Hercules
is
not
Mark.
his name.
What?
Mark Satan. Is
Mark
his real name.
Satan.
Yeah, but Videl, his daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Vidal
Vidal is-
onion.
But she's human. Fully
Yes.
human. She's not saying it all.
But that was a red herring
She's
to
not
her
saying
future
it all.
marriage
I was
to.
gonna say it was kind of like this red flag going.
But it was a red herring
hooking
towards
up
her
with
becoming
somebody.
the wife to the first successful human Saiyan hybrid. But what about Trunks, you say, V? What about Trunks?
So that's the connection there. That's why she's named after a vegetable and not okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, you notice Pan is not named after a fruit or a food. She's named after a cooking utensil.
Yeah,
Sort of
but what
like in
about-
the tradition of the
Oh, you said
Namekians being named after household objects or instruments.
Hercule is what's his real?
Mark.
Mark Satan.
It's like a biblical allegory of being one of the disciples while also being related to the real ruler of hell, which isn't fucking.
But they decided that this might be a little too inappropriate for our English viewers, so they decided to call him Hercule instead,
And hell became the home for infinite losers.
which is called Health. Or
So
Health.
let me get this straight. Everybody else he named after clothes and vegetables, but Mr. Satan, he took some real deep thought on what his background was.
Yeah, because he wanted him to be the champion to all humanity.
Basically a Hulk Hogan
He wanted him
ripoff.
to be an antichrist. That was the point of it. He was supposed to be the hero that wasn't the hero. So that all humanity saw him as this messiah, when in actuality, he's a
Goku.
loser who barely
Right.
rates as powerful amongst normal humans. That was the point. Yeah, there's a lot of thought in Satan.
But that's my point. Like there wasn't even that much thought put into Goku.
Nope.
Kakarot.
Just Sun Wukong being the inspiration, and then just like, there we go.
Right.
Right, so that's the Monkey King, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
the Great
Which
Monkey
was
King,
more-
aka Satan Taisei.
Yeah.
Great Sage equal to heaven.
The Monkey King thing was more prevalent in Dragon Ball as opposed to it was in Dragon Ball
Well,
Z and
that's
the later
because it's
stuff.
Akira Toriyama's first series, which
True.
didn't go anywhere, was actually about the Monkey King as a small child.
Right.
It had all of the characters as depicted, and it didn't go anywhere. So he changed the storyline a little, created DB, and it hit off like crazy.
Because everyone could see themselves in the shoes of this little boy whose story starts out with a girl shooting him in the face.
No, because in the first 30 minutes they show little boy Winky. Why wouldn't they be excited?
That's right,
And
he
then
was
the
naked
leader
fishing
pats
with
Bulma
a
on
tail.
the vagina over the panties, making sure it's a pillow.
Bulma,
your Yeah.
balls
That's how he,
Bubbles, your balls are missing. What?
and that's how he figures out if you're a boy or a girl later on. He just goes up to people and pats them on the private part.
I'd be like,
Yeah,
sir,
anyway.
I do not want a hand job from you.
So I've noticed, though, in recent episodes, they've gotten more back to the kind of the Monkey King storyline where Goku has this not just arrogance, but this.
But here's a problem with just trying to switch it back to that narrative. Because Sun Wukong actually does get development in Journey to the West. I remember reading it where he does get character development where he's not all the time impulsive. He can be calculative and logical and be there for his friends even if he's being shit on by Pigsy.
I think DBZ honestly depicted Goku at his finest. Not the Buu Saga, I'm talking Cell Saga, when he was normal, when he was Super Saiyan 1, and he had that laughing, joking, normal personality, but when he got serious, Goku had that calculative, intelligent, savant-style fighting personality that was his real personality. But Goku is still that laughy, jokey character. It's almost like he has two faces of a mask. And that was the perfect Goku, because when you needed him to, he could be that badass who whooped the shit out of people. But he also was, for the first time in the series, a decent father. He went fishing with his son for the first time in any time.
In 11 years.
Hey, Dad, you care.
Exactly.
Only today. You won every, 10 years. Fuck
Well, no,
you.
technically he was with his son for over a year, because, the whole training in the...
And he was
Yeah,
with
but
him while he was from 1 to 4,
Training.
surprisingly.
Yeah, I don't think that counts.
After
He
he
wasn't
smashed
there all the time. That was Chi-Chi with Gohan, and Goku just randomly showing up whenever he felt.
Come on, son. We're gonna go see my friends at Kame House. What could go wrong? 7 years later.
I'm gonna let go of the carriage and just let my son roll down the hill, and then miraculously put a hole in a tree.
And the tree survives after that amount of time.
Yeah, because they show it later, still with the hole.
I
Because
don't know
that
if you
happened.
noticed this, but they kind of revisited that in the first episode of Dragon Ball Super, where Goku is farming in a tractor and Goten comes to visit him. And somehow Goku gets distracted, ends up, the tractor's careening off the edge of the cliff, and Goten is there, and yeah. Nice revisit, Toriyama.
Right, pick it up.
I was gonna say, Goten
You're-
at that point, that's another thing. You know how Goten and Trunks look right now?
Yeah.
They look
According to the year that they're supposed to be, they're fucking 14.
They look like they're 18 or,
What,
or,
look,
or
look
20.
what Gohan looked like at 11.
so.
No, in that case, look at what Goku looked like when he was 11. Gohan should be this short little midget thing.
Right.
But he looks way taller.
So, according to, I think Gohan was how old during the Cell Saga?
11 to 13.
He was 11 to 13. So when he defeated Cell, he's approximately 13 years old.
Well, if
That's-
you include the hyperbolic time chamber 1 year, then yes,
Right.
he was
Right,
13.
But he's not this little ball. He looks like
A
well,
teenager.
He looks like a preteen, but in that world, a teenager. So he's a teenager. So Goten and Trunks should technically look like Gohan right now.
Goten actually looks
Gohan,
exactly the
Gohan from the Cell Saga.
No, actually, Goten looks exactly like or Shweebe. I'm sorry.
Future me, make sure you edit that real quick. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Start over with your sentence, you dick face.
As I was saying, like Shweebe pointed out, with Goten, he should look exactly the way he is because Goku looked little Goku for the longest time. It took until almost 16 for Goku to start to get lanky and muscly and start looking anything other than this chibi form. So Goten isn't actually isn't out of where he should be. Trunks, on the other hand, should have taken more after his mother and his father, and any version of Vegeta around that age has been taller and lankier. Bulma was taller and lankier. Trunks is as tall as Goten, plus an inch. They made that very, very obvious throughout the series. They have mentioned that a couple of times, that Trunks is only an inch taller than Goten.
Maybe they're doing that for a reason. Maybe they're kind of like pointing out, hey, we get that he's supposed to look older.
So
I know GT isn't canon whatsoever.
No, it is.
It's still technically canon, but it's just part of the multiverse theory.
Basically, in GT, Beerus didn't show up. That's why all of the Dragon Ball shenanigans did. But because Beerus showed up in this universe, the Dark Star Dragon Balls were never found.
They're kind of pulling a Tenchi universe with it. So there's GT, and then now there's Super, and I guarantee there's going to be another one after that.
Which means Broly exists.
And all the other movie villains exist, and blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah.
Acknowledging that, will Super Saiyan 4 show up in Super?
They could, but here's the problem. God Ki, since it would be so prevalent in Super, unless they were going to do an entire retcon into why it's gone to make Super Saiyan 4 happen, I don't see Akira Toriyama taking what his son created to become the forefront.
Okay, so with that being said, because
he's not God Ki.
True.
Not yet. And there's no mention saying that Ultra Instinct is even God Ki.
It isn't.
It's just a thing that Kaioshins do, that they're just like, Goku can do this? Is he a genius?
Right.
No, stupid! He's just an idiot!
So in GT, Gohan never goes Super Saiyan 4.
No, unless you count that fan-made comic.
Are Vegeta and Goku.
Yep.
Right.
And my stepson has been I got him into Dragon Ball and I can't get him out. He's like a freaking addict now.
Why would you?
Because I was trying to explain to him how Super Saiyan 4 is actually more powerful than Super Saiyan God or Blue, and I couldn't. Because at the time I hadn't watched GT in forever, and there's so many reasons. But anyways, he did his own research and looked it up and everything. And at the time, he found out that Super Saiyan Blue, just the base form, is actually 4 times weaker than Super Saiyan 4,
right,
Goku or Vegeta.
That's because it's lacking the primal power that comes from Super Saiyan 4, since it's an Uzaru and a Super Saiyan body merged together to have the primal savagery that comes from their base power at birth to be explosive to the levels beyond that of a Kaioshin, but also just being human enough to still have some kind of control.
Right, because at the time, the Dark Dragon Balls, those are gods, right? The Shenrons?
Yeah, they're god level.
Well, technically, according to Super, Shenron has actually been downgraded because now there is a dragon god.
Great!
Yeah, the Super Dragon Balls contain... But, so what I'm getting at, do you think there could be a new iteration or maybe a new Super Saiyan 4?
I have an epiphany on this.
Ooh,
there
sweet.
Could possibly be, because, we keep saying Gohan has the most potential for the instinct and it actually being pure with him compared to Goku and Vegeta, who are just, fighting nuts. I think because Gohan ended up doing the Mystic Gohan stuff, and he's clearly going to surpass his father and so forth, he should go Super Saiyan 4, because I think he would pull it off so much better. Because if you think about it, Gohan as a child instinctively knew something's hurting my dad. I have to go punch it, whatever it is, right now.
Which was
And
his
that's-
uncle.
Reawaken this and then turn into Super Saiyan 4 and just go, ah!
Here's the problem with that. As they pointed out in GT, the only way to obtain Super Saiyan 4 is there are 3 prerequisites. One,
Having
an
a
insane
tail.
amount of blood waves, having a tail, and then achieving Uzaru form, forcing it into a Super Saiyan form, the golden Uzaru,
Yes.
and then mastering the control of it. And the problem with Gohan being instinctive the way he is, I don't know if he could actually pull off control.
He would probably, I think, have a harder time than Goku because was it a movie or something? I don't know. When he was a kid and he turned into Uzaru, he had issues then too. But
It's because he couldn't control his
that's
rage.
very hard. Remember, old Supreme Kai helped make Goku do the thing with the coffee and stuff, and the tail went, pfft, and then eventually they're like, you know what? That's not working. Grab the
Please.
tweet, rip, do that.
Don't do that again.
And it's been
Not go
proven
down.
multiple times that they can regrow their tails depending on the circumstances. So the tail being absent isn't an issue. Gohan.
Gohan.
Go
His
everyone.
new name is Gohan.
Actually, there is a
Actually,
fusion
there
of
is a
Goku
version
and
of
Gohan thanks to Dragon Ball fusions now.
Yes.
Nice.
Gohan can regrow his tail, just like Goku and Vegeta can. It's a matter of circumstance. Because
And
they did it in
then-
G.
And then to
They
get
did
that
it-
same, they can rewrite how to do the wave thing. If maybe it's a surge of God Ki awakening inside the body to then accessing to this legendary new form of Uzaru. And then maybe on just the instinct of maybe reminiscing about what he's trying to do for his wife and daughter and whatnot.
That's what I mean. I think it may not be Super Saiyan 4 as we know it, but I think there's going to be a new iteration of it.
An idea, if I may.
Okay,
As we see the tournament, giant floating island, right?
right.
Every time we get any distant shots on that, we see what looks like planets. What if they're not planets? They're moons.
Oh,
Every single one of them is a moon
Oh,
orbiting
jeez.
this satellite. That's blood waves from each individual astral body, which may be why Goku and Vegeta can actually start doing Ultra Instinct, because the more blood waves a Saiyan absorbs, the more their growth rate and their potential rises.
Accelerates, yeah.
So, if this is the truth, that would also explain Cauliflower and Kale's insane growth in power, besides the Batari Aries.
And why Universe 6 Saiyans would seem to be much more powerful than Universe 7 Saiyans at such a young age.
yeah.
Yeah.
Able to switch more quickly. That would explain a lot, wouldn't it?
Yes, and in that instance, they now have the blood waves explained. They have the tail regrowth, which they have pointed out, regrowing the tail happens randomly depending on the Saiyan. Goku had to have that done because the tail was surgically removed. They removed the little bone at the base of the tail.
Gohan, that was well, no, he.
It was
had his
just
as a
blasted
kid.
off and or cut off.
and it came back, and then it was cut off again.
And then
Yes.
Akira Toriyama was just like, I'm not gonna redraw the tail.
Right, he forgot about it entirely. He's like,
Until GT, but he didn't bring Gohan's back, he just did Goku's and Vegeta's.
Right.
Vegeta's tail, as far as I know, in Dragon Ball.
Actually, in
Vegeta's tail
GT, they never showed the tail coming back. He just had
Yes, they
Bulma
did.
use a machine.
Baby Vegeta did it. When Vegeta was taken over by Baby,
Right,
Vegeta-
and they turned into that golden Uzaru, and he just asked Bulma to use the wave machine to turn him into Super Saiyan 4.
the wave
But he
machine.
never did it in GT, or I mean, in Dragon Ball Z. Vegeta, in current canon, this is pre-GT,
right.
Vegeta's the only one that never regrew his tail.
No.
He got it cut off by the little ninja samurai guy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yojimbo. That's him. Yojimbo.
Yajirori something.
Yajirobe.
Yeah,
Yajirobe.
that's it. That's it.
And he hasn't grown it back since.
Nope.
Yeah.
He hasn't needed it.
Goku has, though. And Gohan had.
Mm-hmm.
The potential for the Super Saiyan 4 coming back is really intriguing. I hope they do, but don't make it the exact same way that they did in GT. Put like a new spin on it, that way it fits this universe and everything that's going on. I do like the idea of like all the moons, because that would make so much sense.
That would make Gohan just unstoppable.
Guys, I think we're cooking up a good recipe, but unfortunately there's one thing.
You